All right, guys. So, welcome back to another episode because this is a series now. It's a very educational series that we're trying to do to help you, the MAGA voters. I don't know if that's possible or not, but this
There's
is
always hope.
another episode of words that you should have looked up before the election because there's a lot. You guys could have saved us all a lot of headache had you looked up these words
There's a
beforehand. And
lot
I
of them.
know you think Google is evil because that's
No.
what Donald Trump has told you, but that's not the only search engine in the world. So you could have
Wait,
looked the shit up somewhere else.
does Ask Jeeves still exist? No,
I don't
I don't
know.
think so.
There's like a million ways to look these things up. Or go to the fucking library and grab a goddamn dictionary. How hard
Uh,
is that? So the two words that we have tonight, I think, are very, very important because it's essentially what we're fighting for right now: freedom
against and
versus
for and against.
right versus dictatorship. So those are the two words we're going to go over today. First,
Hmm.
we're going to go over dictator. What exactly is a dictator? Because a lot of Trump voters were like, "Yeah, we need a dictator. It's time for a dictator in America." There's videos all over the
Well,
internet of these
first they were
idiots
saying
saying,
that Joe Biden was a dictator.
"Right,
And then they were
right."
saying when Trump said he'll be a dictator, they were like, oh, wait, dictators are cool. Yeah, we want a dictator.
It must be awful not being able to think for yourself because
It's
I
gotta
don't
be.
know
Is
how
it
they do it.
ignorance is bliss situation or is it terrifying? I think it's
I don't
terrifying.
get it. I
Yeah.
don't get it.
All right, let's
Whatever.
do this. What do we got here?
What is the dictator
All right.
according to the dictionary? Okay, Merriam-Webster's dictionary, been around for decades. Okay, a person granted absolute emergency power,
All right.
one appointed by the Senate of ancient Rome, blah blah blah.
All
Okay,
right. All right. All right.
one holding complete autocratic control, a
Hmm.
person with unlimited governmental power, and
Hmm.
one ruling in an absolute and often oppressive way.
So I could see where some MAGAs will be a little confused because they'll be like,
Mm,
well, he doesn't have absolute power. Okay,
yeah,
but when you have a party that has absolute fealty to one political person who
right.
gets elected president, and every one of your party Republicans is going to do whatever you want, and you control the Senate and the
Mhm.
House and the Supreme Court. If you understand how government works, that means one man has potential, I will admit, to have control over every facet of our government. That
Everything.
is scary. And when you look at the people that are starting to fill up the government, I think I counted up to potentially 5 or 6 Trumps or people literally legally related to Donald Trump will be in different government posts,
Mhm.
ambassadors, senators, Laura Trump. Okay. So the concept of a dictator isn't always going to look like it did in the history books. Now,
No.
granted, Donald Trump fits a lot of the check boxes that dictators often look like, but this is going to be his own version. This is going to be the Trump crime family
Yep.
dictatorship. Last time he had people near him from his family, but now he's putting people from his family in every single facet of government.
Mhm.
Nepotism, another word.
We
So
will be
he's
going over
basically,
that.
in effect, controlling and going to control the entire government with absolute power,
Yep.
like
And
a
let's
dictator.
look at some things that dictators do and things that Donald Trump has also talked about. Okay. Deporting American citizens. He has
Said
said
it
he
the other
will
day.
do that.
Said it the other day
Arresting
unequivocally.
arresting the Jan 6 committee who are just
Oh,
doing their job, sweeping anti-LGBTQ plus laws,
mm,
deploying troops against American citizens, which if he gets in
mm.
office, he will invoke the Insurrection Act on day one.
Yep.
Enforcing religion on citizens, even though Donald Trump is the least religious person on the fucking
Well, he'll
planet.
allow it because it allows the people that give him power, the Christian right, Christian nationalists, all those goofy people, it allows
Right.
them to feel like, yay, he's a Christian. We can make everyone Christian now. Woo! By putting Bibles in schools and Ten Commandments up, all little Christian things.
Yeah, that'll make them
So
smarter.
again, it doesn't have to be blatant because I hate to break it to MAGA. I'm sorry, guys. Not everything that's bad is going to be obviously bad. Sometimes really mean and scary people do things secretly, or
Mm,
in your case, in front of your face, but you're too dumb to understand it. But,
right.
but that's why we're trying to help. That's why
Yeah,
we're trying to help. So, a dictator, bad for everyone,
very
because
bad.
guess what? When they get power, anyone who suggests that they no longer should have power becomes
Mm.
the enemy. So when you get sick
Ah,
of the tariffs and you get sick of all the oppression and you get sick of all your friends getting pulled away from their schools and their jobs to get deported or put in
mhm,
concentration camps, remember Donald Trump is a dictator.
yes. And before you go on to explain what freedom actually
Oh,
means,
oh,
um, nowhere in Project 2025, because that is the plan now. You know it, we know it. He has like a half a dozen of the authors in his staff now.
yep.
Nowhere in Project 2025 does it say except people that voted for Trump. And what I mean by that is all the nasty shit, all the fascist Nazi shit that's in Project 2025 is going to affect all of us, whether you voted for Donald Trump or not, because there is no exceptions in there. So, like Mike said, if you just disagree with anything that they say, you're a leftist, you're a woke person that they are going to now hunt down. But
You
we
won't be
live
loyal
in,
to the party, loyal to the leader, dear leader. Oh, loyalty is
yep,
the only thing that matters to dictators, not
that's it.
loyalty out of love, respect, or honor, but fear. That's
Mhm.
it. That's all he's got. He made you afraid of everyone. And now suddenly you don't look so safe. I guarantee it. But
Nope. So
what's the
let's look
opposite
at
of a dictatorship?
freedom.
Freedom. So we got a couple of different definitions because I think it's important to understand that while words all have definitions, sometimes the scope of those definitions can change and alter. So we got from the Cambridge Dictionary: freedom, the state or fact of being free from servitude, constraint, inhibition, etc. Liberty, from the Oxford English Dictionary: the condition or right of being able or allowed to do, say, think, etc., whatever you want to without being controlled or limited. So,
Mm,
since you think it's okay to tell people how to live,
mhm.
you, in fact, are trying to take away other people's freedom. And when you voted in a
Ah,
tyrant or a dictator who is promised to take away people's freedom, you did that to everyone. You are making this country less free. It's honestly not that complicated. Freedom, good, because you get to do what you want and like and
right,
feel without
right.
harming anyone. And I think that's important. It isn't a lot like freedom the way MAGA thinks. It's like they think free speech means I can say whatever you want, whatever I want.
Mhm.
You can't yell fire in a theater because that's going to cause problems. Hate speech is not free. You can't call people terrible things and think it's okay. Not all speech is free. Not all freedom is free. You can't just do what you want with people. You can't just steal, right? So you're
Mm,
already not free to steal. So you see how
right.
that works. But if I am gay and you want to take that away from me, my right to just be me that doesn't harm you, you're taking away freedom. Freedom,
Yes.
good. Dictator, bad.
Right. Freedom for all. Good. Not just freedom for you assholes. Freedom for everybody.
Because
Okay. You
guess
get
what?
that?
Remember when Donald Trump said recently that they would take away your guns? Remember
Oh,
that?
yeah.
Remember
Yeah.
how you think you're free to own a gun because the Second Amendment says it? Well, if you see, this is what happens when you put complex thoughts together. Recently, Donald Trump said that he's going to end birthright citizenship by finding a way around the 14th Amendment by possibly even adding a new amendment to contradict that one. They did it when they had prohibition and then got rid of it. So, guess what? They can get rid of the Second Amendment. And Donald Trump said he might ignore the Second Amendment if necessary.
Right.
Dictators, wait, watch this. Dictators aren't going to let you have guns because then
Right.
you, when you get mad at the dictator, could stop them. But not if
Exactly.
you don't have guns, if you're not free to have guns.
Stupid. Stupid. If there's no constitution, there is no fucking Second Amendment. The
Here are some things that make it very easy to understand freedom. Your personal beliefs do not justify taking away someone else's freedom, religion, opinion, ignorance. So the point is, just because you don't understand something, you're afraid of something, you have a personal belief like your religion, you can believe that someone is evil and someone is bad and they're going to go to hell and they're going to meet their maker. But if they're not physically harming anyone and you still want to stop them from doing that, you're just being an asshole and you're trying to
ah,
take away their freedom. It's very simple.
right.
Very simple.
Right. So we need, freedom and justice for all. Remember all those cliche
Whoa.
catchphrases
I heard
from
that somewhere.
Right. And the Statue of Liberty, give us your poor, you're tired.
Yearning
Yearning to
to
live
be free,
right.
right?
Like
Remember, is that
what
triggering
has
something in there?
happened? So yes, so this is what we're trying to do this. Yes, we're being sarcastic because we want to make you feel like idiots. I'm sorry, it's just the way it is because
Also, it's the
look
only
what
thing
you
you understand because you've been
look what
assholes
you
for
did.
years. So
So we're going to keep doing these episodes until you start listening to what we're saying. Because guess what? We've been trying to warn you. We've actually been trying to help you. But you guys your heads are so far up Donald Trump's ass
that's
that
gonna be
instead of
awful.
listening to what we said, you believed everything out of a snake oil salesman's mouth. And now look at the position that we're in.
Hey,
You know,
look, now
so
they could buy us perfume. That's great.
oh, that's right. Yeah, now Donald Trump has perfume.
And I'm
Amazing. It's
sure it's
so
made in America. Another
very
lie.
presidential
Yeah,
of him.
very dictatorial.
Yeah, let's hope it
Eh,
doesn't smell like Donald Trump, because I saw some pictures from the
I
Notre
saw some
Dame thing.
videos, yeah. But
Woo!
we'll do a video on that because I think we should
Yes.
investigate an international incident when people think that there's a poison gas leak and it's really just Donald Trump. So we should report on that.
Uh,
We'll do that. We promise.
we will.
But
All
we'll
right.
also be
So,
back with more words.
yes. So, those are the words for this week. Join us again next week where we pick two more very important words to go over and explain to you all. Okay. So, if you like the video, please subscribe to the channel. We have all kinds of different ways that you can support us now. If you'd like to help us, Mike and I want to build a studio. So, if you'd like to help us do that, we do have a GoFundMe link in the description of the video that goes all towards equipment for the show. Okay, so we're trying to build something special, but we cannot do it without your support. It's very crucial. So yeah, other than that, have a great day. And like always, we will talk to you soon.